Here with Assemblyman Reed Gusciora. Reed, just had a meeting with Governor Christie. Obviously, it made national, if not international, news when he called you a numbnuts. Clearly, that came up during the meeting, no?
It did, and the comment didn't really bother me. It's a term of endearment that I've been called before. Certainly, my college roommates used to call me that. But it was a really productive meeting and very cordial, and I think we agreed to disagree on the marriage equality issue, but we both are trying to forge a way to go forward from here.
The governor said just prior to your meeting at a press conference in his outer office that he wasn't sure what the meeting was going to be about. He said that, I think Reed understands he's not going to come into this office and convince me to support the same-sex marriage bill. It's not going to happen. But he said he'd be interested in talking about whatever you wanted to talk about. I understand it's about a 45-minute or so meeting. What else came up?
Well, it was a great time to discuss not only marriage equality, but talk about things of mutual issue, particularly crime and prosecuting, and it was a whole host of range of issues. It was a good opportunity anytime that an individual legislator can sit down with the chief executive and feel them out and try to forge better relationships for down the road.
And he's always said every time and again, that he thinks you're a good guy and you have a good relationship. Did you ask for an apology, or did he ask for one for the politicians that it seemed as though you likened him to?
I didn't ask for an apology, and I think we discussed the civil rights comparison. I still am of the sentiment that segregation issues or civil rights issues should not be on the ballot. And then we moved on from there to the other issues. But I didn't expect an apology. Again, I didn't think it was just a harmless moniker and something that some would argue is a step up from what I've been called by other people.
And we'll get back to the issue that led to that name being called, you being called that name. Same-sex marriage equality bill up in the Senate Monday, passage likely. Assembly Thursday, I'm assuming passage likely. And then from the tenor of the conversation with the governor, we're still traveling down the same road to a veto, are we not?
I think the governor was firm. He's usually keeps his word. He said he was going to veto it. I don't expect him to do anything less. What I'd like to see is the Republicans vote their conscience. I understand that it is also a political issue, but I'd like to see that it be voted out with bipartisan support.